All right, the final 2024 recruiting rankings are out, and if you thought Georgia already had an elite recruiting class, now it looks a lot better, right? The final rankings are out, and I went to check out the industry rankings, which takes all the rankings from all the different outlets, spits them out, and by my count, it looks like Georgia has 2 new 5-star prospects. I'll be talking about that, how many Bulldogs are in the top 100, how many are in the top 25, yada, yada, yada. How good is this Georgia 2024 class? A lot of them are already on campus. Excited to talk about it, so let's dig in. Of course, their top-ranked guy, Ellis Robinson, the 4th, the 3rd, one of them. He is incredible. He's now the number 2 overall prospect in the country. I think one outlet has him as the number 1 player in the country. He's got length for days, ball skills for days. He checks every single box you look for in a cornerback. He's tough and physical. He can tackle, but when the ball is in the air, it's his. He's got the length. He's got the athleticism. He's got the quick feet. He can close. Again, he's a true lockdown cornerback who I think is going to play a lot this season as a true freshman. You never want true freshmen out there at cornerback, but this guy has the talent, the athleticism, the ball skills to make it happen. Number 2 overall prospect in the country. Next is Justin Williams. He's now at number 6 overall in the country. Number 1 linebacker, number 2 player in Texas. Made 108 tackles last year, 36 tackles behind the line of scrimmage, 9.5 sacks, 3 interceptions as a senior. He runs a 4.4 in the 40 at 6'2", 210, but he's a great kid. He wants to learn. This could be your next Butkus Award winner. This could be the next Roquan Smith and the Kobe Dean, Justin Williams. Now, I know there's a lot on campus already. Small Munden could win the Butkus Award for all we know this upcoming season. C.J. Allen's very good. Raylan Wilson's very good. But Justin Williams has all the potential and ability to be the next truly great Georgia Bulldog middle linebacker. He's the number 6 overall prospect in the country. Now, right behind him, well, not right behind him, about 8 spots later, at number 14 overall, KJ Bolden, the explosive, fast athlete. I mean, I would put him at wide receiver if he played for me. He's going to play in the secondary in Athens. Might get a look at star, probably, some safety, wherever. He's another big kid, 6'1", 190. Track speed, runs a 10.76 in the 100-meter, 33 tackles last year defensively, 4 interceptions. I saw one of them he took back to the house in the opener. He can kick and punt return. I saw him take a sick punt return back against Grayson in his final high school game, but he also had 663 yards, 14 touchdowns. This kid's a baller, absolute baller. He's a 5-star, number 14 overall prospect, number 1 safety, number 1 player in Georgia now, KJ Bolden. Right behind him is the new 5-star defensive lineman Joseph Jonah Ajanye, 6'4", 275 out of Texas. Plays with Justin Williams, who's the number 6 overall player, like I mentioned. Joseph Jonah Ajanye, now the number 29 overall player in the country, number 6 defensive lineman, number 6 prospect in Texas. Versatile guy, might start out on the edge, and then as he gets closer to that 300-pound range, a couple years into his college career, might move inside, but he's raw and talented, has only been playing football for a handful of years. Big athletic kid who continues to learn about the game. High ceiling guy, and that's why he has risen the rankings basically every time. Now with On3 doing their final rankings, the industry has spit out the number 29 overall player in the country for the big, raw, talented, playmaking defensive lineman out of Texas, Joseph Jonah Ajanye. And then another kid who I think this is his first time as a 5-star. Chris Cole, linebacker, number 32 overall player in the country, number 3 linebacker. Of course, Justin Williams is number 1. This kid's number 3. And Sammy Brown is number 2. I'm going to quickly talk about him later in this video. Number 1 player in Virginia. Chris Cole does it all. 115 tackles last year, 4 interceptions. 2 of them he took back for touchdowns. 6 sacks, 20 tackles for a loss. Long and athletic. He's a track star, so a multi-sport guy who has just risen the rankings more and more and more. Now he is the final 5-star in the 2024 class. Edric Houston is right behind him, a big-time player out of Buford who's going to Ohio State, but he is the number 1 ranked 4-star. So after Chris Cole, that's it for the 5-stars. So that gives Georgia 5 5-star prospects in this class. That is legit. That is about as good as you can get. But DeMello Jones is their highest ranked 4-star. He actually got a 5th star on the individual On3 rankings. Not the industry rankings, but individually On3. They think he's a 5-star prospect. And I'm not sure I disagree. A do-it-all player for Swainsboro, basically put them on his back, almost carried them to the state championship against Prince Avenue Christian. He was just a better team. But DeMello Jones is going to start off in the secondary, but he's a guy who played running back, can catch passes, kick, punt return. This guy can do it all. Big-time player. Rushed for just under 1,200 yards last year and 12 touchdowns while playing defensively, made 32 tackles, picked off 2 passes, forced 2 fumbles. He's got the size, 6'1", 180, just a dynamic athlete, one of the best athletes, not only in Georgia, but across the South and across the country. He's now the number 46 overall prospect in the country, number 7 cornerback, number 7 prospect in Georgia. After him, you've got Nate Frazier, the number 2 running back in the country now, the number 5 prospect in California. You're a big deal. You're a top 5 prospect in California. He's now the number 49 overall prospect in the country out of Mater Dei High School. Not a lot of tread on the tires. He was sharing the ball a good bit the last 2 years. He's going to be fresh when he gets to Georgia. He might be a guy who gets a decent amount of carries as a freshman. He's got like 4 guys ahead of him on that depth chart, 5, 6, or if you want to include the other freshmen. But I think Nate Frazier is the running back from this class that I think Georgia fans are going to remember. That's 7 prospects in the top 50. 7 signees, and I think just about all of those guys are early enrollees. Maybe not Nate Frazier, but the rest might be. 7 in the top 50. That is a ridiculously good class. Rounding out the top 100, Jaden Riddell, 6'4", 235, pass-catching tight end. He's a big physical wide receiver, in my opinion. He plays like a wide receiver. He's got the hands. He's got the ball skills. He can challenge defenses vertically. He's got plenty of size. Again, 6'4", 235. He's now the number 74 overall prospect in the country. Number 5 tight end, number 4 prospect in Missouri, a state that is really pumping out more and more talent each and every year. That's a big deal to be a top 5 player in Missouri. You can play. You really can. Jaden Riddell could be that next big-time pass-catching tight end at Georgia. And there's still guys on the roster. Oscar Dubb can do that. Lawson Lucky, Pierce Sperlin. Those are all pass-catching guys. Jaden Riddell is another pass-catching machine who could be a real weapon for the Dogs down the road. Nazir Johnson is the final top 100 player in the country. He comes in at number 90, 6'4", 300-pounder out of Dublin. He is not an early enrollee. I believe he'll get there in July. He's now the number 11 defensive lineman in the country and number 12 prospect in Georgia. And again, number 90 overall. Big athlete. If they can continue to develop him, I think he's a blank canvas type of guy, just a really good athlete who moves well at 300 pounds. If they can turn him into a defensive lineman who can close those running lanes and make plays in the backfield and maybe attack the quarterback too, he's going to have a very good career at Georgia. So 9 prospects in the top 100. 9. And it was almost 10 because at number 101 in the country is Andre Evans, 6'1", 185 pounds, number 12 cornerback prospect, number 1 prospect in Tennessee, kid who can run, and he's got size, instincts, he can hit, knows how to tackle, but cover as well. So they're 1 spot away from having 10 guys ranked in the top 100 in the country. That is a truly elite class. I know everyone's going to ask about Ryan Puglisi. He's not far behind either. He comes in at number 108 in the country, so almost a top 100 player in America. Number 10 quarterback prospect, number 2 prospect in Connecticut. Kid can sling it. We've already heard reports about how good he's doing his first couple of months in Athens. A lot of his teammates are, have their eyes open. They know this kid coming in can sling the ball. So definitely a guy to know. As far as other guys, Dylan Raiola moved down. He's the number 21 overall prospect in the country. Number 3 quarterback, number 2 prospect in Georgia. Of course, KJ Bolden is the number 1 player in the state of Georgia. Then Dylan Raiola. Then Sammy Brown. He's the number 22 overall prospect in the country. Number 2 linebacker, number 3 prospect in the state. I'm a big Sammy Brown guy. Always have been. I love the way he plays the game. He chose Clemson over Georgia. I hope he has a tremendous career with the Tigers, and I think he will. It wouldn't surprise me if 2 years down the road we're talking about Sammy Brown being the best player on Clemson's roster. That's how good I think he is. But overall, another truly elite class, and Georgia's off to a great start in the 25 class as well. I'm hoping to have another video on big-time targets who are going to be in Athens this weekend for a big-time Junior Day weekend on Saturday. A lot of big-time prospects have already told me that they will be in town. I'm going to have a big list over on Dawg Post, and I'm hoping to have a video maybe Thursday or Friday on potential visitors that I've confirmed. So make sure you are reading everything we have over on the site. You can do that by signing up to our free newsletter. That link is right down below. Click on that, sign up to the newsletter, and we hope you enjoy all the content that we have over on the website. Thanks for watching this video. Really appreciate it. Hope to see you over on the website.